Dire team ban.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. We are still in the C Grand Finals for the Manila Major. It's TNC versus Mineski. That's Purge Gamers, and I'm Kyle Guy. And it's been a long day of Dota so far.
Yes.
But we got to have one team only, to be able to make it to that Major. Will it be TNC? Will it be Mineski? Right now, it's looking like Mineski. They're up 2 games already, and they look like a completely different team from when they faced off against TNC the first time. Would you say Mineski look like a much better team when they faced off against TNC, or TNC don't look like as good of a team in that first series?
I would say TNC are. It seems like they're playing worse for sure. They're not as coordinated, stuff like that. They're not getting their ganks off perfectly. Their draft isn't as good either. They don't have the commanding stun heroes. They're not comboing with the heroes they have. And they're kind of just getting out pressured. Last game they picked Medusa. Not a huge fan of the hero.
Nope.
Especially against Slardar. You can't pick these like tanky cores and expect to like survive amplify damage. It just forces you into Manta and then you have a shit item. It doesn't do good damage until later.
Witch Doctor.
10 seconds remaining.
Witch Doctor first pick.
Okay, well the Slar's gone, so they're not going to be able to first pick that.
Oh my
Alright, this
god.
is what I said last game. I said ban the good heroes. Now they're going to get Witch Doctor and...
Enchantress?
I mean...
If
I didn't have a lot of faith in
repeats
Enchant last game.
Time repeats itself like it does every day.
And
oh my god.
Okay.
Alright,
this
of
is
course.
it. GG. TNC won.
I mean,
It's the hero that they've been missing this whole time. Somebody to pair with the Nature's with the Witch Doctor to get shit done. They've got it. Game over. We're going to game 5.
Vengeful Spirit.
Totally standard. Beastmaster's already gone, but at least I don't know. Venge just pairs with all those heroes that they grab so well. Like the Venge Slardar, like it just did so many cool things with their transitions, and now they can just pick like normal carries like Gyrocopter or something like that. But they were just so limited by that synergy. It was like always Slardar winning games, always Slardar won like every game. I swear to God.
We'll see. It's gonna be the
Except for that one.
now though. Puck's out after getting rid of that Slardar here.
Maybe Quap is the next ban as well. They banned Quap last game as well, and I thought that was a pretty good decision.
Yeah, Raging Potatoes Quap's pretty good, plus getting rid of that extra evasive kind of a hero here.
Although maybe you leave it in now. So I guess you could get like an NP Orchid or something, but the old Darkseer ban. Dry Ranger also banned.
Yeah. Things getting a bit fishy here. Actually Mineski, I thought, you know, having a Vengeful already, maybe they could have potentially built into a Drow lineup, but don't want to risk TNC grabbing it up for themselves, so we'll see what TNC go for instead. Usually this ends up being a core pickup for them. In the past we've seen them go for that Slark, or that Jug. Today's a Jug.
Okay, I like the Jug better. They usually grab Slark here, but there's not that many stuns on Mineski yet, and Doom obviously counters Slark fairly well. Assuming they can keep him from getting to darkness, then he's fine. But Jug is just all-around strong early game. This feels like a TNC lineup, feels like the lineup advantage that they normally want and win really hard with. I think they can win this game so far. It's looking good. They just have to be able to survive the Doom Roam, and they should be completely set. And they can change their lanes up. It could be Jug mid, could be Jug safe lane, could be Jug off lane. Jug plus Witch Doctor good enough. Like Witch Doctor's weak disable and damage are going to be made up for by the spin on Jug. So those are the combos they needed, man. But the Slardar just like wrecked all of that. It wrecked their Gyrocopter, it wrecked their Juggernaut. Definitely made all that stuff really good.
Let's see where Mineski go from here. When you're going against now this very flexible Juggernaut pickup here, we'll see if they consider something like some sort of Manta candidate or some way to kind of help mitigate against the damage that the Juggernaut's going to be able to bring here. Outside of that, probably going to be looking to go for something that has worked for him plenty in the past up to this point right now. And I don't know, I felt like they found some pretty good luck with that Mirana in the last game and some of the previous series, but this time for a core, they grab up the mighty Sven here. So lots of armor manipulation between him and the Venge Spirit. Yeah, heavy physical burst.
It's pretty good against Jug in the early mid game.
It's going to deal with the Nature's Prophet in his trees as well, I suppose. As long as he has
Eventually.
either a Battle Fury or some way to quell out from Sprout.
Yeah, 5 Battle Furies, whatever.
Sure.
5 seconds
Just
remaining.
make armor made out of quelling blades. That you should be able to just walk through trees at that stage. I would assume.
Reserve time.
An armor that can cut down a tree. That sounds like something Ice Frog would come up with.
Yeah, definitely. Or you could just play Bat Rider, I guess.
That's true. No Bat Rider yet today. We haven't seen any, right?
I don't think so. None of our games, at least. Looks like it's happening in EU a little bit here.
Yeah.
Another decider match. Actually, isn't that a winner bracket? Yeah, that's a winner bracket game. So it's not a elim game, at least. TNC here looking for their potential mid hero. This would be an RA Viper game, I think. They did draft Viper one game. It was that Helm of the Dominator
I don't normally
game.
like Viper, but I would welcome a Viper now just so it'd be something different. You know?
Okay.
Just I want, you know.
Possibly some
Medusa was different, but it didn't feel fresh or didn't feel
more. And it was
appropriate.
it was played in a losing manner, so the game got real slow.
Yeah.
The sit in your base, don't actually farm because you're so in a bad position slow.
Yeah, they need something
Maybe it's too early to pick it. You could go for your second support right now.
which
Oh,
you know,
Enchant's still in.
I'll always throw out the trusty Lion maybe as a good option.
Oh, but you don't want to enchant versus Doom. That's another reason why they didn't enchant. That's a really weak matchup if Doom happens to walk into you. Lion sounds okay for sure. Good Sven lockdowns, good for picking up Doom kills kind of. They're a little weak on damage though, I guess.
Maybe you get something like a good 4-staff candidate, help kite around the versus Sven a bit.
Yeah, I kind of like Klingsight as an idea as well.
Pulled out that Rubik in that one game they had against Mineski earlier.
God, they played so well earlier today, but now it's just I'm losing my my fan hard on.
Really?
Shall I say? All right, they do go for the line. It works fine,
Dire team pick.
and this way they can save their last pick to be a bit of a counter here.
Yeah. We'll have the last pick once again here. For Mineski, though.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
TNC does get the last pick. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
They had
pretty
it last
good.
game, too, right? Yeah, I think so.
10 seconds remaining.
But for Mineski here, 4th pickup, they also could
5 seconds
be
remaining.
considering their mid lane grab right now. Don't know what they could be squaring up against on the side of TNC. Maybe the Jug, but
Reserve time.
they have shown to be pretty damn flexible with it. Queen of Pain out there and is still an option, but they will
Radiant
step off
team
and
back.
Again.
go for the Chen. So
Stealing
Chen
strats.
Venge
They just
means
steal
the
strats.
Doom's going to be in a core position for this one, it looks like.
Yes, most likely.
Interesting.
Should be fine. 1v1 versus NP, maybe. Or
10
you
seconds
can offlane
remaining.
okay, I guess, against line Witch Doctor Jug. Just has to start jungle or
5
start large
seconds
camp next to the secret shop, and then head to the offlane. They actually do keep stealing
Reserve
strats though.
time.
Like they keep picking heroes that teams that play against them pick. They're like, oh yeah, Chen exists and is still good.
Dire team
We can
back.
pick that.
So you're saying they're unoriginal.
Maybe. Oh, Chen's
Dire
really good against
team
Juggernaut as well because he can't Omni slash one shot the creeps.
That's true. And they ban out the Gyro here. So
Yeah,
Mirana
that was
also
their
going to
hero.
be taking up the playing field.
Gyro is definitely their pick, I think. Really good against Sven before he gets
10
BKB.
seconds
Even
remaining.
when he does have BKB, it's still pretty good, and it would have been good against
Radiant
Dragonite,
team pick.
who now is a pick. And so now they're gonna have tons of armor on Dragonite, plus Sven armor,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
plus Doom auras, plus Chen auras. Like the armor is
All
off
melee
the
cores,
wall.
too. I don't know if there's any way TNC can kind of
What if they
10
Elder
seconds
Titan?
remaining.
use that against them. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that at all, but
5
it's kind
seconds
of-
I don't think they're going to go
Well-
all in for just a Jug. That doesn't seem like a very TNC kind of a thing.
Yeah, you're right. There really wouldn't be enough carry to
Reserve
do.
time.
They will want more.
But Gyro is gone. That's their hero, man.
They'll probably just get a Slark.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
Slark's alright here. They do have a lot of stun. Well, they're very one-dimensional. They stick to the same heroes.
I mean, yeah.
They do their strats well.
I'm pretty sure I called the last 3 picks of theirs
Yeah, you
at
actually
that
did.
point.
You called a lot. And Witch Doctor. We'll give you the Witch Doctor naturally. 'Cause
Yeah, oh
they're-
yeah. Sure
so,
enough. So,
This
and this is
their
my
heroes.
first day doing C.
Yeah.
TNC.
They've been very static and one-dimensional.
But it
It's
got him this far.
okay.
Can't blame him too much. But Mineski, the one's kind of changing things up, whether it's picking what's worked against them. Nonetheless, has got them the first 2 wins here. So, would you say though that for this series, this grand final, this has been the most comfortable TNC draft so far, though? Like if they were to have a draft that would
Yeah.
be closest to getting a win, this would be it, right?
I would totally agree.
Yeah.
Despite it not looking amazing here, I think they would have preferred to have Gyro there instead of Slark. It's definitely all
10
5 of their
seconds
heroes that they
remaining.
routinely pick and play well. I just see a
5
lot of
seconds
good
remaining.
stuns. Slark gets ahead. He's going to wreck this game though. And they've got a really good matchup because of the fact that it's 3 melee cores from Mineski, so Slark is no matter what going to be against a melee core.
Yeah.
Which is always good for him.
Yeah, that's why I led towards it, just because of all that melee power, and it's like, oh, how can they use it against it? And I feel like Slark is just one of the best to be able to man mode against those
Yeah.
big melee grabs.
Chen is going to be able to keep people alive in the mid-game fights, so maybe that'll counteract what Slark does from his laning stage advantage, but I think this is actually pretty darn good for TNC. I think they're happy with this. The Lion makes a big difference as well. Their Lion player is fantastic, and all this burst damage is going to help a lot against Strength Heroes. If they get ahead, the game is just kind of over, because I don't see the Strength Heroes scaling super well.
All right, let's see how it goes, folks. This is game number 3, potentially the last game here of the C qualifier for this Manila Major. Mineski up 2 games already for this best of 5. Just need one more to close it out. TNC, well, if they want to be able to have the run back, they're going to need to string together 3 wins to make their way into the Major themselves. We'll see if they can do it here on the back of a draft that we feel more confident about for them. And they're looking to set the pace early. They go for a 5-man smoke movement, looking to invade this jungle and prevent this Chen from having a breezy start right now. Holding stance in that jungle in a good position. Raging Potato looking to keep watch. And he walks out the second they move in, almost as an intuition, but they avoid the trouble for now. TNC hold onto a high ground position here
30 seconds
as
to
5.
battle.
It can be scary for anyone from Mineski if they happen to head up that way, but conveniently for them, they all seem to be heading everywhere else.
Oh, they might. Oh no, Jules actually spots out Prophet, so they don't know he's there. He could, if he goes low ground here, they get him.
Ooh, Raging
Alright, he's gonna die.
Potato.
He's gonna die. Maybe. They're going on and on.
Okay, there's the stun, but they're not following it up. They're very hesitant about this one. That's the end of it.
The Raging Potato came out at the same time, so they mixed targets. If they just would have gone on
came in
Venge.
from behind too?
Yeah.
I think I was watching it from the other end with the with Raging Potato Sven.
Yeah. They kind of saw it coming, but they got tunnel visioned on the Sven. So the Lion Stun got used on Sven. The Witch Doctor could have cast the Slark or the Venge, and maybe them gotten a pounce on it. But once they wasted Lion Stun, I don't think they would have killed her. It's too bad for them.
And now we're going to have the laying stage underway, which seems to be pretty standard in the C world, that is. Dragon Knight Slark as their mid lane matchup right now. Who do you give this one to? I mean, you got the Slark on one end, who's pretty good at squaring up, but Dragon Knight is pretty damn tanky. It
definitely comes down to the ganks a little bit, but I think Slark definitely has an advantage here. He's going to be able to harass the Dragon Knight for less mana. He's going to be able to trade hits really effectively with Essence Shift. Every hit gives him 3 bonus damage. More armor lowers the overall stats of Dragon Knight, including some of the spells he casts. So once the creep wave equalizes a bit, he'll be fine. Dragon Knight's almost 3 here, but that's because there's this more than double wave going on.
Yeah,
so
he's just going to pull it back under his tower right now and try his best to last it under it. We'll miss that one, unfortunately, but the levels will start coming in and going his way. The Witch Doctor is going to be hanging out nearby, making the stacks, it looks like, and also keeping watch just in case any sort of rotations do come through from the Chen here. No early smoke for the Chen and no early boots.
Oh, he's forward. He goes for the pounce mid.
Okay, they get the connection onto the DK here, and with the help in the 3-on-1, it is a successful first strike coming out from TNC. Cuckoo picks up the first blood on his Lion.
That was such a good rotation, and it was just kind of perfect timing too. Dragon Knight was playing really aggressive mid, basically, so he landed the pounce. Basically, they started a TP right where Dragon Knight was standing, by the mid 1 tower, and he lands the pounce as the Witch Doctor rotates from the top lane. It was really well executed, so that's a big kill. 6 last hits now for Slark, so he's winning this mid lane. And hopefully this gives them some confidence in this game, because I really feel like they're playing a little tilty here.
We'll see if it's going to be enough of a boost here. Both supports now make the rotation and finish out this aggro setup in the top lane for TNC. And that will force Sven and Venge to kind of play a bit more cautiously at this point until maybe they get some third-party assistance Well, back at bottom, a lane that we haven't really checked in much at all. The Nature's Prophet Doom matchup right now, where Nature's Prophet is up ahead in the CS, top of everybody right now, 10-3. Doom at 7-0 right now. So.
Oh, this is why, because they didn't expect him to aggressive tri lane. He doesn't have any boots, or he doesn't have a stout shield, which means he gets completely stomped on by an NP who has Blightstone. Like, he actually can't even match up against this. He's got Tranquil boots now, but the fact that he's not able to just stand in lane continuously last hit puts him so far behind.
He'll hustle elsewhere. Maybe if he's lucky, he can find a Satyr Creep or something for some extra regen, but he'll settle for the Centaur. We'll bet from the hoofstop and take it back to the lane. And in the meantime, DK makes his return back to match up against the Slark, but top lane where I couldn't anticipate some possible action to break out here with this aggro tri lane. And with Cast potentially making his approach, drops down a sentry to see if maybe they'll see him coming out, or it's to see if they'll see the smoke coming. And now Mineski are going to see if they can get themselves on the board here.
They've got to land this down with the Dragon Knight, otherwise this kill isn't going to work. And look at the sports rotating over. They're both setting up for the 4-minute rune, I think. Oh, they do break Wish Doctor, and he breaks the Chen.
Yeah.
They can maybe still set up mid, but it's so hard now.
Lion's here. He's still smoked up. He's considering a go, but he will spot out Jules from behind. The Lion has been flanked. They move in. They're going to be able to get off the Dragon Tail, follow with the Magic Missile, and Lion will go down.
It was very wisely done there by Mineski. They realized, like, it's not just going to be a solo Witch Doctor gank. Like, that's not going to be enough damage. The Lion's got to be here. His smoke didn't break, so let's just sandwich the very likely place that he's standing. So they move over there and they find him. He should have hexed the Dragon Knight. He could have lived there, but he was a little bit slow.
Doom almost misclicking hold that bounty rune, ate a coconut, but we'll be able to make it back to the lane in the back of that Scorched Earth and away from any sort of additional trouble here. And for this aggro lane for TNC, I don't know if they've gotten enough out of it that they were hoping for to this point at least. Jug still trails behind a bit in the CS department, 14-1. Sven continues to really hit a good mark here at 24-10. Between these two melee cores, it's looking pretty nice for Mineski up to this point.
But on the bright side, their Slark's doing quite well. His last hits are a little low. That part hurts, surely, but fast boots pick up for him. And he's always going to be remaining a bit of a threat to the Dragon Knight. It's just hard for Dragon Knight to get away as soon as he lands a pounce like this.
Like that?
Like this.
Alright, well, they got a coconut too.
And Profitable.
And you're dead.
It was so simple. Like, that was a level 2 Witch Doctor, and they got the easiest kill against a DD mid-hero. You just can't compete with the Essence Shift stat steal. It does so much extra damage. And the magic damage that he does. This is just such a good matchup for them. So, very little effort here. Very rapidly, Prophet will shift back to the off lane. Or the safe lane, that is. And Doom was getting outlaned down there. I think this is looking really good for TNC. Unless Doom sets up a really good kill with his ult. If he can get a core with his Doom, then it's going to make it all worth it. So Jug's a little gimped, but who cares, basically. The other lanes are doing great.
Yeah, maybe he'll push out this lane and look to go to the side shift for a TP to try to make some use out of this Doom. We'll have to wait and see. AU is the one man who's able to move in there and try to contest this bull camp of it, because Teehee steps in from behind, gets a nice pounce connection here. Stun flies out, but he gets it from his own coconut, and here comes the Nature's Prophet. What started as maybe a 2-on-1 is quickly turned into a 4-on-1. They're doing it around and they do it. This
is a Teehee that I know, that played earlier today, that played yesterday. This is how they play Dota correctly. The Slark moves around, he gets some lane advantage, he's getting kills off. It's helping his whole team, and it's creating pressure. That was the Sven, like, that was a huge kill. He doesn't have Helm of the Dominator yet, which means they don't even have to ward Ancients. So the longer they delay this, the faster they take control of the off lane. It's going to delay Sven becoming useful. And then what does Mineski have? They've got a Dragon Knight that's also a little shut down. They've got a Doom that's got a lot of levels, but hasn't gotten any big gold advantage from kills. So they're doing it, man. They're all in base right now. I don't know why, but hopefully they do something.
They got so excited they wanted to have a powwow, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Bottom lane.
They'll try. Oh yeah,
they want to defend this tier 1 here. Dish out the global coming up in the Nature's Prophet. Pop out some Treants, but the Doom.
Oh, the dive's
coming. The Doom. Oh, he gets blocked. These freaking pumpkins. Not gonna allow him to get in there. Vengeful says I'll step in instead.
Oh, they're gonna.
But that's it. Now the turnaround comes. Good stun onto Jules will lead to a takedown of the Vengeful Spirit. Slark steps in time to help finish up with that one. Now a move in comes out from your Dragon Knight. Lands the Dragon Tail. Oh, Hellfire Blade will just slice apart the Witch Doctor, and it'll be a 1-1 apiece between supports, plus a tier 1 takedown for this Dragon Knight.
Well, that would have been so bad for them if the Doom got through those creeps. He actually could have just dived and dropped the Doom. But support for support, not terrible for TNC, considering their Radiant. It's pretty easy to dive that tower. So, a little bit of a trade there. And in the meantime, Jug just trying to get 6. If he was 6, I think they could have won that fight really easy. But maybe if they had Prophet ulti, he used it to stop the initial tower push as well.
Dire's middle tower is
Raven
under
will have
attack.
some time here to get his level 6, though. And Omni Slash will be online here, and he's got some friends en route, or at least around, including Teehee with this double damage rune here. We'll see if they decide to kind of come together and make a play. AU had been very involved in participating in a lot of these kills here. Actually involved in all of the kills TNC were able to kind of pull together so far. Let's see if they can find another here in the top lane.
Well, he doesn't have a TP scroll on Sark right now, so it's kind of a bad time for them to fight top.
Yeah.
Would be very good for Mineski to take this fight. And they still have Doom ready. It's quite fast at the moment.
They're pinging right
Oh,
there.
do they see? Or are they just
No,
guessing?
they're just fishy.
Okay.
But good game sense nonetheless for TNC, if that's the case. Now back in bottom, look at this. They caught their catch for Chen. TNC, find another kill. Push ahead 5-2.
Alright, they'll have Joe now and Nature's Prophet, so every early fight should be solid. Lion's almost level 6 as well. He'll probably get this from the lane while Nature's Prophet jungles. So as a whole, I think TNC is being super efficient right now. It's looking really good for them. Juggernaut still doesn't quite have his ulti, but it's got an enchanted mango. And the Slark's doing really well. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a Aqua for Jug. Oh, he forgot one item. Alright, he's good now. So all the early items are ready to go on TNC basically.
Yep. They're hitting a good timing right now in the early game.
Their networks actually pretty much identically match what's going on in the game. The one hero maybe underperforming a bit is Chen. He's matching a Lion in terms of net worth, which is a bit weak.
Yeah, I haven't seen them really contest the Chen a whole lot. It's not like they prevented him, it felt like, from any sort of early game farm.
Yeah.
But maybe the Chen was a bit anxious to kind of participate and be around in a moment of need, and has really missed the opportunity to kind of spend a little bit of extra me time here. But he's getting close to the mechanism buildup. So that with a Hand of God might help out Mineski, being able to survive and sustain in some future skirmishes. We'll have to see.
And they're bringing out the Experience Tome as well for the Witch Doctor. He's going to get 400 from this. He'll be a little short, but with one more neutral here, that's going to turn him into 6.
Yep.
So Venge is still lacking on this. I don't know if they're going to fly one up for him or not, but boom, instant smoke.
Yep.
Finger of Death,
Yeah,
Death Ward. This is really strong right now.
This just feels natural and organic from TNC, like for the first series.
They do have a haste on the Dragon Knight, so he's a bit hard to kill. Oh, they're prepping for the Ancient stack. Okay. Alright, they put the ward down. That's the one that blocks.
Radiant's middle
Yep,
tower
the
is
one
under
that
attack.
Mineski had to deal with last time, I think.
They didn't find a kill. Yeah, it would have been too dangerous to go looking around by Secret Shop, I think. Instead, they're going to sit behind mid. A little bit unexpected.
Okay. Dragon form committed from Ben-Hur
He's
here.
got to land the pounce, it's the only way.
Can he get it? Ooh, drums popped.
Not with the haste, too hard.
But not going to be able to make the move in.
I don't know if they showed other people or not. Oh, they definitely showed Lion now. I don't like Lion's choice to run left there. That was a bit weird. Tornado is definitely going to spot them out here. Yes, guys, stand right on the tornado. 6th place.
Oh.
Did they not realize? Is it invisible?
Uh-oh. I gotta get out of here.
Oh,
T to share of damage there while keeping pressure off the mid lane.
Oh, they're in
Radiant's
position,
middle
they're gonna
tower
dive.
is under attack.
just a swap Doom.
He's way far behind. They make the move and
Good
go
deal,
behind. There's the jump. T goes into Shadow Dance. Now they look for AU instead. Can they get the fish on the Witch Doctor? No. Hand of God gonna be
Seriously?
coming out now.
Radiant's
No one
structures
drops
are
yet.
fortified.
Mineski commit hard for this one, but they don't get any sort of extra kill power. Instead, they'll just
Radiant's middle tower
take the tier
has
1.
fallen.
Yeah, they can't fight anymore here. Losing that tower was kind of bad there, but they used Shadow Dance and nobody died, so considering they smoked, they didn't get anything, and then Mineski turns around and does that back without getting anything. It's going to even things up a bit, with the exception of the fact that that's going to let them control Roche a lot easier. And they didn't force out Sven ulti, which now is going to clear Ancients really easy. They do see that happening at least, so
Yeah, they still have that ward up here on the nearby high ground, but nothing that TNC are going to be doing about it. They'll just go back into their own grind to farm here. Lion already has his level 6, but he wouldn't mind having a Blink Dagger to add to his tool belt. So continue farming up towards that. And while up and above, Teehee continues to move around Scout, maybe trying to be that ward detector here and getting back into his own grind to farm. Raven getting close to his level 8. Everything kind of falling into place here for TNC, but we're going to see Mineski actually go on the move. They'll head to the Roach Pit, but oh, they see a nice pumpkin and an illusion that will spot them out from doing this here. But it looks like TNC will not do a TNC thing and be there.
Yeah, they're just a little bit behind in farm from where they normally are. I feel like I haven't seen Juggernaut do anything in a while. Okay, never mind, they're doing it.
No, they're way late now.
No, dude, this right on time. TNC time.
Right on TNC time.
No, they're actually late this time.
Oh yeah, this time. Uh-oh, AU spotted out. There is going to be the swap back.
Got a stun. It's the only way.
Okay, they're trying to spread away from the coconut.
Okay.
Chen will soak it up.
The double nuke that misses.
Yep. Well, they're working hard for this Witch Doctor, but finally they will burn him down and we will look at him go into the afterlife. 22 seconds he'll be put under the sideline here, and here comes Mineski. We're feeling really good about TNC here, but things kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah, the Jug's farm has just been really delayed. I don't know if he's just scared to get ganked or what, but he has almost nothing. 60 last hits at 14 minutes. They're just playing on a different level. Tier 2 towers.
Mineski just seriously warmed up now. After 2 full best of 3s and now working in game 3, this is their 9th straight game. Ours too, but yeah, probably a lot more exhausting for the players, I'm sure. But they have not faded one bit. Here comes Mineski, already getting ready to approach the high ground here with the last bit of this dragon form, plus the God Strength even. They're going to do as much work as possible. A mini swap back on for AU, and 3 strikes, he's out. Dies just as fast as he came back to life. Hand-of-God going to be there for the response, and they move in with a Doom onto Raven. Hellfire Blade. No Omni for you, sir. And in fact, you're as good as dead. The deny not going to be there from Cuckoo. The tier 3 going to be dropped. And look at this Mineski, turning this into what could be potentially a 3-0 series.
14-minute
big
rack.
Surprise. And normally these games a bit more long-winded, Purge, but look at this one already taking a Rax at 15 minutes in. Mineski.
This game hurts me, man. It's painful to watch. They're just kind of making weird choices, out of position plays. I think the Omni Slash should just come out of the Venge right away. Venge was out of position, could have Omni'd into spin on that guy, but instead he just went for the safe spin move, for example. They're just not playing as confident as they were before. Losing 2 games must be tough though, like, because they basically owned everybody. They get there to win a bracket final. Things got a little tough, but they won.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they're just dropping the ball big time due to 2 weak drafts. Maybe that's what killed their confidence. But
I mean, we have not seen TNC really tested like this ever, the whole qualifier.
Yeah.
Being down 2 losses, I mean, we've seen them kind of have a scratch during their group stage run, and then, as you already mentioned, in their first series today of the winter bracket final, they did have a series drop against Mineski, but even that one was a bit close. But now being 2 games down, TNC in a bit of a position that I'm sure they haven't seen in quite a while here.
the 15-minute racks is so tough to deal with, especially the heroes they have. Like Dragon Knight, Doom, Sven. We haven't even really seen Doom that many people this game. He's actually just kind of moved around with his team. Taken towers, they've gotten Roche eventually. I feel like TNC's just been too passive in the last 5 or so minutes.
I mean, now they're making an advancement at least down this mid lane. They took a tier 1 and they're looking to take a tier 2, just taking advantage of those cooldowns on the side of Mineski, with Doom still being on lock. And we'll be up in 5 seconds time, and you know, they're going to push down our mid. We're just going to push down their top. We already have a Rax. We'll just keep moving forward here. So will TNC though. They head into the base now and into the high ground. But as that happens, here comes a couple of rotations. Jules hoping to get close enough for maybe any sort of swap play here, but they'll be too far and away. Meanwhile, on the other side, TNC, Teehee here.
Oh, he should turn and catch.
He wanted to make a turn and wanted to make a catch, but it's not going to be happening here. And Mineski could converge down this mid lane and hope to cut off Raven. Uh-oh, Cask hustling over. Raven's going to take the long road south.
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he looks like he's fine. He's good. He'll make it back and away. Mineski not letting up though, Verge. They could just as fast.
Oh, I kind of like that line state out here to cut creeps though. With Trins. Not a bad idea. It's going to limit their ability to push mid. They'll have to go top instead, I guess. Does that really matter that much? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, they'll quickly clear out this wave, and they'll already be into the high ground if necessary. Here they come. They still have some time left on this Dragon form, and another God Strength going to be popped here. Mineski can taste it. That invite to make it into the Manila qualifier here. A couple of racks away. There's the tier 3 going to be going down. And a quick doom on the Teehee. A follow but a stun. And the slashing comes out. Slark goes down, buys back just as fast. They are going to be able to get the finger burst, taking out the Vengeful Spirit, and now they want more. Lineups go down. Raging Potato mans up again against Teehee here, but Teehee goes into the Shadow Dance. Sven forced to double back, but look at the stun lockdown coming out from the Chen. A stun will fly as Teehee does pounce away from the trouble. Now Raven looks to intercept. Blade Fury's going to be out. Potato's like, I'm just going to fight to the death. In fact, he lives. Toglets the armlet, walks right out, he's good! And they're going to be able to get at least the range racks here. And Mineski will walk away with their winnings.
Oh, no, that's a melee Rex, dude. That's even
Was that a
worse.
melee? Oh,
It
you're
was
right, it is a melee Rex.
It's a bad sign.
Radiant's
It's
real
looking
bad.
really bad for TNC. I think they were doing okay this game, but they just didn't do anything in the early mid game. They actually just kind of sat back and stopped ganking. They got 6 online, they got the 6 on Witch Doctor, they did that smoke, but they didn't find anybody, and then just Mineski fight here and there, and they got Rex. 15 minutes. They just seem so tilted. Like they seem so, they're playing so different than the earlier games today. I'm not sure what went on. Maybe they got mad at their teammates for playing bad or something, making it. I'm not sure, but it's just not the same. Sad to see, man.
Yeah, they look like the team that's been playing their 9th straight game and feel pretty exhausted. Not Mineski.
Yeah.
Mineski feel pretty fresh for playing so many games. They had a little bit of a break before hopping into the grand final here, but quickly were able to put together two wins, and game 3 seems to be going even faster than the other 2 together as they make their approach now in the mid lane. Tier 2 set to fall. TNC just trying to split the map as best as possible and try to take some towers as a trade here, but trouble's a coming. They couldn't stop it the last time. Will they be caught in a position where all 3 lanes will be at a bit of a handicap here? We'll see if TNC can hold. They lead in with a coconut. Teehee dances in a bit, and the tier 3 will drop.
Yeah, zoning ultimates are not going to win you this game. They're all buying. Find more drums on Witch Doctor. That's not going to help, guys. Drums will not win you this game. They have to go in here.
Even a solar press here for the Vengeful Spirit.
Gritful.
This Rack's in trouble. This one is going to be the range. It looks like he'll be able to get it. Teehee, though, gets dropped. He's out for a minute, Pert. No buyback. Double kill for your Dragon Knight. This looks to be possibly the game here. It's all over. Wow, that one went a bit faster than I expected, especially for Mineski to claim this 3-0 grand final against TNC. And now with that, Mineski will be going to the Manila Major, representing the Southeast Asia region.
Well, congrats to them. I feel pretty bad for TNC considering
Their long run to get here, man.
they had a great run. They've had some awesome results against top teams recently. They've beaten MVP Phoenix in best of 3s, for example. They played amazing all the way through the tournament, but this last series it seemed like different players. Like Raven was not ultra farmed like you normally expect him to be.